Good evening, all the Tweet Be Happy peeps. I'm coming to you live on Tuesday, August 4th, 2026. And I'm really excited to share the stamp suite that I have prepared for you tonight. I have to admit that I haven't played with it as much as I'd like to, which is normal. Usually when I go live, I pick a new suite to me, or a new stamp set, or new paper, new die cuts, new techniques, because I feel I learn best right along with you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. I think I've got a couple of people watching me. I really appreciate that. Welcome, Peggy, and welcome, Dale. Hope you guys have had a good 4 days of August. I just cannot believe that it's August already. As I'm looking out my window here over my right shoulder, you can see, obviously, it's still daylight out, and our sunset is supposed to be at 8:31. So while we are creating tonight together, our sun will be setting. And it's been an overcast day here in Iowa, north central Iowa. We've gotten a couple of rain showers, and it's just been kind of a relief after the heat that we had and things. I'm going to check my my iPad over here to make sure that everything is looking okay. I apologize for having you guys look at the side of my face, but I do want to make sure that it is working like it's supposed to be. And of course, wouldn't you know it, it needs to have an update or something done on it. I'm not seeing it right now, but I have faith that I am horizontal rather than vertical. So let's go ahead. Hello, Dolores. Oh, what a sweet greeting Dolores has. She says, hello, Darla and other ladies. That is so heartwarming that we guys, or that we have become friends through Stampin' Up. Stampin' Up has brought us together, whether it be classes, lives, or just whatever. So, oh, Dolores, your greeting just makes my day. So, like I said, we're going to be doing the notes of collage, and just a couple of minutes before I went live, I did post an actual picture of my card that I'm going to be demonstrating tonight. And this is part of the Creativity Now class that's going to be going on Saturday. So I've kind of gotten a jump start on playing with this stamp set. Hello, Nancy. How are you tonight? Been thinking of our sister Rita. I haven't had any updates. Have you, Nancy, yet? So prayers for Rita while we're all on here live. She had surgery today, and it was early this morning, so I haven't heard anything yet. So no news is good news. So anyway, let's pray for Rita, and let's pray for everyone on this live tonight. We all have things that are going on in our lives, and it just never hurts to say a prayer for all of us, that God's plan is at work and that we allow it to be at work. Amen. So I think I'll go ahead and turn up my camera for right now. So if you don't mind, I'm going to reverse my camera here. So you're going to see my lovely ink pads, which, gosh, they make my day. When I walk into my room here and I look at my work surface here, one of the first things I see is those pretty cases of ink pads. So I think we're good right there. Hello, Chris. Long time no see. I met Chris this weekend up at a leaders gathering in Medina, Minnesota. And oh, Chris, you just made my day for tuning in on tonight's live. So what we're going to be doing is, like I said, we are going to be using the card sketch 576, which is shown on page 54 of the May through August catalogs. And let me find, this is what the cover of the catalog looks like. So if you would turn to Nancy, you haven't heard anything yet on Rita? Okay, that's good news, isn't it? So this is casing Tuesday number 576, and this is the card sketch that that they had for this week. And so that will be where we begin tonight. So as I have told you guys, when I do my Tuesday night lives, I pick the card sketch, and then from there I then decide what suite I want to do. And tonight I have chosen the Notes of Collage, which is a stamp set, and it is also a set of dies too. Talk about beautiful. Look at all the texture in here. Look at all the collage possibilities. They are endless. And then if you signed up for the class, correct me if I'm wrong, but hey, Rita is on here with us, you guys. Look at that. How are you doing, Pumpkin? I hope you're laying flat and pain-free and have lots of ice chunks sitting beside you. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think those of us that signed up for this Creativity Now class on Saturday, August 8th, we got a free stamp set, and it is called Collage Botanicals. It's kind of not a word I say every day. How about you guys? So you can see here that it's got just some beautiful vines and leaves that we will be using. So I'm excited for Saturday's class. There is some preparation for the class, which I have not done yet. But because I wanted to do something new and exciting for tonight's live, I did choose this, like I said. So let's go ahead and put this aside. Also, part of this suite is 2 packages of paper. One of them is called the Painted Collage 12 by 12 paper. And you guys want to see something beautiful? It is very, very nice. So here is one sheet. But let me tell you the colors. Well, I can tell you right here. I've got the ink pads out here. The colors in this set of papers is Secret Sea, Lost Lagoon, Pecan Pie, Cajun Craze, and then, of course, the Golden Glow, which is what we are going to be using tonight, too. And there is a pink in there, too, and it's called Petal Pink. But for some reason, my Petal Pink isn't in my storage system here, but that would be the pink that's in here. So look at this. Isn't this just neat? So that's one page, and then the other side is stripes. This is very nice too. A lot of Secret Sea, and then of course the Lost Lagoon in this paper here. And the back is spots of, it looks like, I would say, Golden Glow. Look at this one. This is really cool, isn't it? All of the colors. So if you wanted to, of course, this could be a piece of paper for a scrapbook, but you could also do, 3 times 4. You could do 12 card fronts out of this one too. And then look at the back of this one. It looks like wood grain with the pecan, with the Lost Lagoon. Here's another one. which is real close to this one, kind of, sort of, but blown up a little bit. So, oh, and I can't forget this one. What do you think of that one? And then on the back side is wood grain. So lots and lots of possibilities. I cannot wait to find out what the concept artist of Stampin' Up! Have planned for us for this class. It is always a fun time. The other paper in this pack is called Textured Canvas, and it is white and vanilla colored. And I will try to hold it close to the camera. The texture of this, the canvas, I don't know if we're going to be able to see that or not. Can you guys see that? It looks, there's a little bit of my light. I think it's on bright. But anyway, it looks like linen paper. Very, very nice. So let's see. So and then the embellishments with this are called Mosaic Adhesive-Backed dots. And if you look real close, it looks like they have, you know, either pieces of gold in them or flecks of something. So there's the clear, and then there's the Secret Sea. And the Secret Sea actually has some gold specks in there. Maybe, oh, I'm seeing Lost Lagoon now. Maybe some pecan pie. So there again, good job, Stampin' Up! So let's go ahead and start by doing our first card tonight. And the card base is going to be Golden Glow. And I have taken an 8.5 by 11, cut it into, 5.5, and then scored it at 4 1/4. That is the normal card base size. So then take my bone folder and crease it real well. So our first step is going to be quite fun, I think. I like collages. How about the rest of you? You can see here that the stamps are pretty good size. So I'm gonna go ahead, and my sample that I did before was in Golden Glow. But let's go ahead and try the Lost Lagoon just for kicks and giggles. So here's my Lost Lagoon ink pad. And then I am going to take this first shape here. At first, when I looked at this, I thought it was like musical notes or I don't know, or maybe like a Chinese language or something like that. Now you can see, now that was the first time I stamped on that, and usually Lost Lagoon, it's a pretty soft color anyway, as you can see here on just, typing paper. But can you see the texture in that because of the canvas paper that it's on? And I already forgot to do one thing, which I can still do. I'm going to move my Lost Lagoon way over there. But in the card sketch, it said that the first layer was supposed to be 4 1-inch by 4.5 inch pieces, okay? What I did was, this paper is 4, I thought it was 4, yep, here it is. It's 4 1/4, okay? So what I did was I scored in 1-inch intervals. So then move it over to 2. So rather than having separate sheets of paper that I would need to worry about, another option is just to score it the 3 times, making each section 1 inch by 4 1/4. What do you think of that? Okay. So on my first card, after I adhered it, I realized I had him going horizontal. This time we're going to try and do it vertical, okay? So let's go ahead and continue stamping on this card here. I did do I did do that. Who knows what this design is? It's just neat, isn't it? Whirly whirly. So let's go ahead, and another stamp set in this Notes of Collage is just like a wonky circle. What do you think of that? So let's go ahead and just do some wonky circles on our textured paper here. And I am stamping on the painted, nope, it's not Painted Collage. It was the textured canvas 12 by 12. That's what I'm stamping on here tonight. So let's go ahead and I guess usually we're supposed to do the big, I like to do the big pieces first, or the big stamps first. Here is a lovely, lovely big leaf. So I am just going to kind of, I know in the end I'm going to have it going that way. So I'm going to have it go kind of the opposite of perhaps maybe I'll end up doing in the, with the, there's supposed to be any shape 2.5 inch sizes. That would be the second layer. And then the final layer would be the sentiment, which is 1 3/4 inch by 3/8 inch. So let's go ahead and I think that's kind of fun. What do you guys think? So I'm going to skip it up just a bit, just a bit, I should say. I think I will do, I want to put some golden glow on this second layer, just simply because the card base is golden glow. So I do want to make sure that we use that somehow. So I'm going to do, I don't know, is this rain? Since we had moisture today, to me it resembles raindrops. And since that's kind of an outstanding, outstanding color, I'm going to make sure that I have an odd number for it so it's pleasing for the eye. And then our last step is going to be stamping a sentiment on the 1 3/4 inch by 3/8 inch. And I'm not real sure what color I should do that in. I'm going to do it in the golden glow because, again, that would coordinate with our card base. So it will be something like that. And remember, I want to do one more thing on here, and I'm not really sure what it should be. I know what it's going to be. I'm going to do some of these little, I'm going to call them raindrops, teardrops, whatever. I'm going to go ahead and just do like just a few down in that corner. And then I'm going to do just a few up here in that corner. It seemed like I had some extra white space, so that's why I did that. So let's go ahead and close up this beautiful magnetic pad. These are so nice. And then let's close up our Lost Lagoon. And then let's go ahead and start assembling our card. I think I'm going to just kind of fold on these 1 inch lines just to give it some more texture. And I'm going to make them all mountains, let's say. Okay, so then to finish up our sentiment, I'm going to take our banner punch. This was November online exclusive in 25. And I am going, it's called a 3 banner punch. And I'm going to go ahead and just use the very corner of the top banner to create a banner on the end of my sentiment, okay? So let's go ahead and put the punch away, and then let's do now truly start adhering our card. So I need my adhesives. I'm going to go ahead, before I just use the Seal Plus to put on here. But I think I'm going to put some dimensionals on it just to raise it up to give it even more texture. And I'm going to go ahead and I've got the edges of the mini dimensionals that I'm going to use a longer strip for the sentiment. That is a perfect way to you know, keep it supported. So, and I need just a little bit more. Let's go ahead and take this one right here. I love these mini dimensionals, but sometimes my fingers are too big. So let's go ahead and turn this over, and I hope I have enough dimensionals here. Oops. That one went flying, and that one's going to be not fun to get the adhesive off because, and I like to use lots of dimensionals on my cards so that it doesn't sag in the middle. So let's go ahead then, and if I had some more dimensionals here in my thing, I would be adding them, and I do have some more. Let's go ahead and open up. Well, let's go ahead and just use some more mini dimensionals, and because I do believe in putting them in the center of your layer so that they don't sag. And if you grab two at once like I just did, no big deal. And I'm sorry if I was out of the camera. I didn't mean to be. So let's take your pick tool and let's pull some of these backs off. Now you don't need to pull off all of the backs because they're going to be supportive whether you leave the adhesives on or not. So does anybody have any questions tonight so far? Anything that I have perhaps confused you on, or you have questions on? Who is going to be going to the Creativity Now this Saturday? Now, we can no longer order, you can no longer reserve the class. That had a deadline on it earlier, and the actual paper is no longer, let's see, what's it say? It's unavailable. So it's been ordered, but we cannot you know, purchase it right now because it's not available in the warehouse. So what I thought I would do, so this is the card base, 5.5 by 4 1/4. You can either do it this way or you can do it this way. We're doing horizontal tonight. The second layer was 4 1/4 by, it was 4 by 4 1/4, and then remember I scored it at the 1 inch marks. And then our next layer is going to be this larger leaf here, and I don't, it's really pretty. I did stamp it in Secret C, and there are dies for this set, but we are just going to go ahead and fussy cut them tonight for no reason. I don't mind fussy cutting, and I know the dies would be absolutely beautiful, but for the live, I'm just going to go ahead and fussy cut it. So as you can see, I've taken the Golden Glow glitter brush and just added some glimmer to these leaves. Talk about relaxing. This is like painting your nails. It's just so soothing. So I'm going to let that dry for just a second before I start fussy cutting that out. So I wanted to take a little piece of twine, and normally, I don't know, they say 12 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off at about 12, 13 inches. But look what I'm going to do. I'm going to color the twine the Golden Glow color too. And so I should have did this to start with. So what you're gonna do is just take your glimmer brush and just run it along the twine. And if you don't get it all, no big deal. You know, you just want to have the glitter show up through the twine. And we'll need to let that dry just a little bit too. So I did not do the best job painting that, but to give you an idea, I did paint it, and I think it's going to add a lot to the card. Now this is a shimmer brush, and you do need to let them dry just a little bit. And since I've been using this, you know, a lot today, my brush was already wet, so I didn't need to prime it. But if you need to prime it, there is a push area right here that you can push, and then as you can see, the ink goes down into the well. Very, very pretty. There are 4 different, is it 4 or 5, you guys? How many glow shimmer brushes do we have? I have 4 right here. I think that's what we have. Okay, so another thing I just thought of. Let's go ahead and start fussy cutting this out. Okay, Dolores, you have your papers cut for Saturday's event. That is amazing. This is Tuesday, and you are already ready for Saturday. How long did it take you to prepare, Dolores? Do you remember? Sometimes that takes a little while also, but it's very important. It gets you familiar with the projects that they're going to be doing, and kind of just lets you be prepared. So again, this is the textured canvas that I have stamped the Secret Sea leaf on. And if you notice, when I'm trimming here or fussy cutting, I move my paper around, and then my scissors do the cutting. Okay, so, and this is dry. It dries fairly fast. And I know when I did my other card, I cut off part of the stem because it is a larger size. So let's go ahead and let's find the center of our twine and tie a bow, something like that. Now you can do a large bow, you can do a small bow, whatever you want to do. I like to tie them, you know, kind of medium-like, and then I like to have longer tails. And then go ahead and take a glue dot and roll it up like a Tootsie Roll, and then put it on the knot of your bow, something like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish putting our card together. I don't think we'll need the piercing mat anymore, so I'm going to put that inside. Let's bring back our card here. As you can see, I use the Golden Glow, I use the Lost Lagoon, and then I use the Secret Sea for here. Do you remember I said earlier that I knew my image that's supposed to be 2.5 inch any shape. This is almost 4, but it's only about 2 inches wide. So this one is probably a little larger for the card sketch, but heck, it's our card. We can do it as we want. I'm taking the bone folder and I'm kind of breaking down the fibers on this, going both ways. That will also give it some texture. So I think this is kind of fun. I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive on the back of this and then place it on the card. And I will, let's see. Does it make a difference where you place it? I don't think it does. I don't think it does. So then I'm going to go ahead and put this bow kind of at the bottom of the leaf, something like that. You can trim it if your tails are too long. I'm just going to leave it for right now. And then let's go ahead and take our backings off of our mini dimensionals. Remember, we use the edges of the mini dimensionals to use up all the product. And then here is a sentiment that says, I am here for you. Can each one of you think of someone that you would send this kind of a sentiment to? I can think of several people, and it's always fun when you are creating that you think of the person that you're making the card for as you're creating. So that is our card. It's kind of a simple card, but I think it delivers a lot of punch. But let's not forget the embellishments. Should we use the clear or the secret C embellishments? What do you guys think I should use? If you want to make a comment. Okay, Dolores, you said you prepared last week even. Wow, that's wonderful. And it didn't take too long. Well, that's good. That's good. So Rita, I just came across this. I've slept most of the day. Surgery went well, and I won't be doing much in the next couple of weeks. Okay, well, rest up, Rita. We want you to be following doctor's orders. So what do you guys think? Do you want me to use the clear Mosaic adhesive-backed dots or use the secret C? I use the clear ones on the other card. I think I'm going to try using the secret C, but for some reason it doesn't want to come out of this packaging very easily. So like I've told you before, take the end of your pick tool. There is some putty on there, and you can slide off the jewels very easily. Oh my gosh, you guys. When I put those on this card, I thought they were secret C, but you guys, they have a green tone to them, so more like the Lost Lagoon, I believe. So that is tonight's card. You can go ahead and stamp inside. You can go ahead and stamp on the envelope. Never send a naked envelope. But I wanted this to be kind of a shorter video tonight because I know everyone's really busy and we have, things that we need to be doing. I didn't ask if anyone was crafting along with me tonight. If you were, please share your card in this, in the comments below. So here are the two cards that I have made using this beautiful Notes of Collage. Now this is a stamp set and a die cut. So it's a pretty involved suite. And then of course I didn't use the DSP that comes with this, but I did use the textured paper. It looks like I need to put another dimensional on there so that it's pretty steady, but I don't want that to flop like that. So I wish you all a great rest of your week. Now remember, if you place a $50 order in my online store, as a thank you, I will send you I will email to you a PDF and a video for 3 cards. It's a collaboration of 7 demonstrators that we have put together. And in addition, remember, anytime you order over $20, you will be able to participate in the rewards program, which means 10% of your online order of the products is put into a rewards bank for future orders. And you can keep them there for 1 year. After 1 year, they do expire. So I always like to end with, let's create together. Let me turn the camera back down. There, let me turn the camera back down. For some reason, it seems kind of hazy in here. I don't know why that is. But anyway, thank you, Dale, for the sweet comments. So, Peggy, I'm not really sure what you're saying I did for. Those comments go by so fast that I missed it. But I want to end with, let's create together, one card at a time. Mail your projects to make a difference in someone's world. So I encourage you guys to mail, 2 or 3 cards each week. Don't save your cards. Like I have made these 2 cards tonight on this live, and I will be sending them to a lucky viewer, okay? So let's go ahead and say goodnight, and I will see you next Tuesday, which will be August 11th. And I plan on, I'll probably show you the cards that I made from Creativity Now. Oh, Peggy, you were creating along with me? Yes, that's what you meant by I did. I love it. I love it. I love it. Love it. So, so next Tuesday night, August 11th, we will be working with the Simple Leaf Punch, which is a stamp set and a punch. And so I will be having family here at that same time from Arkansas. So what I plan to do, Darla's going to have to be very organized, but I'm having, family is going to be here for a couple of days. And so I will sneak away and do a live with you at 8 o'clock. Or if nothing else, I will record a live and have it go live at that time. So blessings to each of you. And make sure you have time. Make sure you take time to mail a card or 2 this week. God bless.